Here's what moved markets today.
Political statements indicated a pause in planned military action against Iran, with the development contributing to renewed optimism about diplomatic negotiations. The decision reflects continued shifts between military and diplomatic approaches in the broader Middle East framework discussions. Bitcoin traded below $63,000 as August opened, with the session also marking the end of a recent streak of net inflows into Bitcoin ETF products. The flow reversal occurred as the token entered a new month, positioned below recent trading levels, amid the broader macro uncertainty following the Federal Reserve's hawkish communications. The Clarity Act faces increasing legislative pressure, with approximately 5 Senate working days remaining before the scheduled Australia recess. The compressed timeline raises questions about whether sufficient political consensus exists to advance the comprehensive digital asset market structure legislation within the remaining session. South Korea's KOSPI index experienced extreme intraday volatility, declining over 20% and triggering circuit breaker mechanisms before recovering approximately 25% from session lows. The extraordinary price action reflects significant market stress and subsequent stabilization within a single trading session, representing one of the most volatile days in the index's recent history. Cryptocurrency-linked payment card transaction volumes reached approximately $705.5 million during July, extending a 5-month period of consecutive growth, according to industry data. The metric reflects continued integration of digital asset spending capabilities into consumer payment infrastructure. A study found Swiss adults regularly using digital assets at approximately double the rate of German counterparts, with roughly 23% of Swiss adults reporting regular cryptocurrency usage. The findings reflect Switzerland's established regulatory framework and concentrated digital asset industry presence within the jurisdiction. Looking at this morning's price action as of 9:45 Central European Time, the market shows nearly symmetrical conditions with balanced moves in both directions. NIL up 6.77%, Algorand adding 5.21%, and Enzo gaining 2.61%. Mid-single-digit strength across zero-knowledge infrastructure, smart contract platforms, and DeFi protocols. On the downside, Babylon leads decliners at 6.79%, with Ondo off 4.94%, and Lit Protocol declining 4.28%. Mid-single-digit selling across recently volatile names, tokenized real-world assets, and privacy infrastructure, with losses essentially matching gains in both magnitude and breadth. The pattern reflects quiet, balanced conditions as markets digest last week's significant developments, including the Federal Reserve's hawkish hold, KOSPI's extreme volatility, and the approaching Clarity Act legislative deadline. Market structure shows measured positioning, with limited conviction in either direction, consistent with sentiment consolidating in the mid-30s fear range. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index declines to 33, dropping 3 points from yesterday's 36, and continuing the gradual retreat from the recent 39 reading. The deterioration reflects the accumulation of macro headwinds over the past week, with the Federal Reserve's hawkish hold, KOSPI's extreme volatility, and Bitcoin declining below $63,000, progressively weighing on market psychology. The index has now declined from 39 to 33 over 5 sessions, retracing approximately half of the recovery from the extreme fear floor at 16 to the fear-neutral boundary. The pullback follows the familiar pattern from Q2, where sentiment approached the neutral threshold before retreating back into the mid-30s fear range without sustaining momentum above 40.